Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Realm Adventures with friends. A couple things I forgot to mention in the last video. There is another person on the realms. He did show up mid-episode, so if you paid attention, I'm sure you already know his name is Caleb. So there's that. And another thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to try to, hopefully this episode, be a little bit more talkative about what I'm doing and explaining myself. I'm still new to this shit, so please forgive me for my lack of elegance. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into this.
Said, what's the skeleton's favorite instrument? I'm like, don't say it, don't say it.
The
trombone!
trumpet!
Just shut the
the
fuck
whole 9 yards!
Oh my god.
Yeah, there he is! Yeah, you can't silence me, motherfucker.
Alright, we're back. So, what's everybody
That's
up
my
to?
intro right there.
That's your intro. Why do you always gotta be coughing every single time I start a video? Every time, bro, I come back and you're in the middle of...
The fattest bong rip of your life, alright, dog?
Bro, for real, dude. Jesus. Alright.
Oh my god, Smash Mouth in 4K
That's,
looks
hey, bro,
fucking
that's my
good.
signature right there, bro.
Dude, can you...
Yeah, Logan,
how-
you're gonna get
Think about it.
copyright strikes because Mark
Please
keeps,
don't.
like, singing very lightly. Either fucking never gonna give you up or I'll smash mouth.
Please, Mars, just
I'm
remember,
not
if
even
you
fucking
have to do
kidding,
it,
because he goes.
I don't mute myself.
just mute yourself. Jesus
No,
Christ.
no.
It's almost kind of hard not to, though, because after you mentioned it, I almost wanted to say "never gonna give you up" in the tone that would get you copyrighted, and it's just so
Never gonna
catchy.
give up.
Is really fucking YouTube that
No,
sensitive with
no, no.
everyone's content?
Don't finish it, don't finish it.
Never gonna ball.
Never gonna finish, huh? That's what
Never
it
gonna
sounded like.
finish. Oh no, I'm gonna fucking free.
Never gonna give a fuck.
Never gonna give a fuck. Dude, I really like how this is looking. This looks beast.
I'm wondering if Logan heard
I really
everything
like
we
how you're
said,
looking.
or he had us muted the whole time.
Whoa, wait, what? I really
What?
like how you're looking. What'd you say, Mars?
No, I wondered like you heard like all the fucking stupid shit we were saying.
No, I had
Yeah,
the whole
bro,
party
you hear us
muted
in the
because I was recording,
but you
but
could hear us.
I was doing the intro. I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
Oh, you
Fuck!
missed out on everything, dude.
Yeah, dude,
God
we were
damn.
being so funny.
God damn. Well, I came in
That's
way
what you
too late,
get.
man. You guys got to, you guys,
You're
of
always
course I'd
coming
miss
either
it.
too early or too late. Make up
I'm
your
always
mind.
coming too late, man.
Too late? Like, what do you mean?
Like, too late, man. Like, just coming too late.
Too late to not apologize.
Like imagine, like, you were just about to both climax at the same time, but she climaxed, and then, like, 5 minutes later, when you guys were just laying in bed, you climaxed.
Yeah, that. I
It's
can
like a
do that.
delayed climax.
That'd be coming
What you
late.
talking about?
That
That's
would be
called
coming.
lag.
That's a real life lag.
It's called lag.
That was clever. That was
Hey babe,
pretty
how
Two
did you
players
like
select-
that? Oh yeah, it was. Ah!
good. Oh,
No,
it hit
you're
late.
Ah!
You're like, yeah, that's really nice. And I didn't really, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Oh!
Oh.
Okay, so picture, if you will.
Now,
I just-
see,
as I was yelling to describe climaxing, the thought that came to mind was climaxing, but you're also passing a kidney stone.
oh
Oh,
no,
what?
no, whoa. Why? That's how you got it out. It was just the rush of semen that pushed it out, bro.
It looks like a fucking,
Alright,
fucking
anyways,
weapon right there,
back to coming late. Like, imagine, like, you just got done the night before, right? The next morning you get up, get ready for work, shower and everything. You show up at work, you're sitting at your cubicle getting your
Who the
work done.
fuck
Your boss
is
calls
over here?
your
Hey!
boss
You
calls
son
you
of a
in.
bitch!
Your
No one was
boss-
supposed to know about this.
Your boss calls you in for a meeting between all of the workers, and suddenly in the middle of a really serious demonstration with bar graphs and pie charts, you just fucking
My ding ding dong.
Shit.
Oh, no. Wait, Caleb,
Uh,
what the fuck were you doing this whole time here?
Dude, this is my place.
Are you
I'm
serious?
claiming
this
it.
whole time you were
Okay,
terraforming?
look. I claiming this place because you fucking claimed my place. I was supposed to live on that island that you set up shop on.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, I mean,
I
to be
get it.
fair, I didn't actually mark it as my place.
Oh,
but
that's
Since
right.
you've got the island, but check this
That's why
out.
there was a
Check.
crafting
I
bench on
mean,
the
look at
beach.
this. It's so secluded. I love this.
I forgot that you were gonna build over there.
Like I'm the only one in the caves and shit. You guys are still on the servers. I'm like, oh.
I wasn't in the cave. I already
You,
got the diamonds.
Oh.
I just came back from being in the caves when I joined
I
in.
have-
Like I had
I
to
l-
get out of the cave I was in.
I live in a cave, so I mean, we've all been caving.
Okay, alright, yeah. You got a point there. You got a point
I
there.
I come out of the cave literally. I would
We
say, like,
both had the
200
same initial reaction. We were both like, "What the fuck are you doing over here?"
You know, Caleb, this is actually the way to the portal.
That's hilarious.
I'm not kidding.
Where are you guys?
Shut up. Don't worry about it.
I'm somewhere.
I don't like that. So are we
We're
gonna?
totally not crouched in your house right now.
So what are the rules? All right, what are the rules to like, to basically what I was talking about with stealing or pranking and shit like that? What are we saying?
Well,
are the
okay,
rules
so I mean, essentially, what I'm gathering now is like, Mars set up shop on the island I was gonna be on, but I also wasn't on the realm for a number of weeks, so I'm not tripping on it,
there? Yeah.
And so like I'm claiming this is my homestead. And other than that, like about stealing and pranking, I mean, like I think as long as it's
As long as it's
repairable.
not, yeah, as long as it's nothing too ridiculous,
If-
right?
If I
As long as
stole
it's in
some
good fun.
iron, that would be a bit inconvenient, but there's always more iron to go around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
see,
have,
what
like,
I
raw
was
iron.
thinking, I was discussing where like we couldn't do it right off the bat, but we could kind of cheese the Mayanites purge day thing, where like every specific day of the week, just to also get us more willing to play more often. But every specific day of the week is basically like a purge day where we can't do anything, we can't steal stuff, we can't kill each other without an agreement or anything like that, unless it's a purge day, right? But on purge day, we're allowed to go all out. We can steal each other's shit, we can kill each other, but we're not allowed to burn each other's houses and stuff, right?
That's fucking hilarious that you should say something like that because we had a contract like that in high school.
See,
Me and a group of friends had like this contract about pranking each other and shit like that. And it was a game. It was a whole game that we
Yeah.
fucking made a rule book for. It was fucking nuts.
so we're just a specific day of the week, like whatever day we would all be available for, most likely, and we would all hop on, and we're allowed to kill each other or steal each other's stuff or just have fun for a couple hours of the day or something, and we are the extra to that is you're allowed to go into somebody's house and steal anybody's stuff. And yes, I am ripping this off of my night completely, but you're allowed to go into someone's house and steal somebody's stuff, and they can have a vault though, right? So like, god damn it, I keep burning myself in this campfire. I'm trying to cook my food on it.
Are you using my camera? Oh, yeah. You go.
Yeah. So you would, gosh darn it, I lost my train of thought.
The
You
vault.
could make a vault inside your house, right? That people have to treat it like an adventure map, so they're not allowed to break through it or blow it up or anything. God damn it!
Did you do it again?
Yes, but they have to either solve it or find a fair way to cheese into your vault, right? Like a way that is kind of we can all agree is fair. And if they get into your vault, the fair way, they're allowed to steal what's in your vault. You can still try to stop them, of course, if you notice that they're doing it, but it's fair game. They could steal your stuff out of your vault. But if they can't
You
get into your vault in a
know,
fair way, then your vault is a safe zone where you can leave all your stuff, your good stuff.
The way we could do that is create an item that we can name and make it the key to the vault. So like it's an iron door. You can
Well,
get through the
no,
iron
so
door,
here's my
but
thing,
on
here's
the
my thing.
honor system,
You can do it
make
with
a key.
You can do it however you want. Like you are allowed to set up your vault with any method, any form of. You're allowed to use, as long as it's fair. You can set it up any way you want. It could be a piston code lock door, or it could be something with keys. I've seen stuff where people can use droppers as a code lock door. That's all. As long as it's fair and it's solvable, or somebody could find a way to even cheese in a fair way that isn't breaking or destroying blocks. That's good too. I would also say it's not fair for you to go and, like, for example, get shulker boxes and then shove all your good shit in shulker boxes and then shove it into ender chests. Like, you have to leave some stuff for people to steal unless it's your really, really good stuff. Then you could put that in your shulker box ender chest. But, just to be fair, you can't hide everything inside of a shulker box ender chest because that would make it pointless to have vaults in the first place because you could just make everything go bye-bye and disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, but do remember this, though, guys. Do always remember this and keep this in mind. I am a god over this here server, and I can roll back the save whenever I please. So just if something ever goes down,
So from what I've gathered from that, you want to wave around your big. I'm just on every purge day. I'm gonna make it a point to blow up your house in its entirety because
at the
you're
end
a
of the
god
purge day,
server.
dude, at the
Yeah.
end of every purge day, everybody has to save their stuff, and I have to make sure that this world is saved, and we come back and blow up our shit. All right, you know what else we can do? How about this? Trading is perfectly fine. You can trade whatever for whatever as long as both people agree. But we can agree on a one world currency, and no, I'm not the Antichrist. We can agree on a one world currency, right? And it could be quartz. How does that sound?
I mean, I was talking to Caleb, and we were talking about either it could be iron too.
Iron.
'Cause
I could see because it's usable. Iron is super usable, so I could also see it being iron or gold being. But I want
Look,
one currency
world
that can
currency,
be.
or it's like it's world currency is gonna be universally acceptable, but obviously if you can barter, it's like
Yeah, you
I'll
can barter
accept
whatever
this
you
amount
want.
of quartz, or I'll grab this what I want or what
Yeah.
I need from you.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. That's why I mean by trading of any form, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, bartering.
But I would say I can like a currency to us, like where you're fine with basically. I would be okay with accepting quartz or something else for in return of giving you something because I know I can take that quartz to some other person and
But,
buy something
Yeah,
from
like,
them.
that's the thing. That's the thing. If we're gonna have a world currency, we need to have some sort of market.
Yeah.
But that's how do we accomplish that?
Well,
with it
then we
being
just
us
I like
it'd
all
be
these
easy.
ideas,
How
bro.
many quartz is one diamond worth?
Okay, so we need to have a value system.
So
Uh-oh,
I'd
this
say
is
like what, 10 quartz is worth one diamond then? Because we could choose with the
bad. I
currency.
don't know, man. Quartz isn't that hard to obtain. I don't think 10
Okay,
quartz would be
okay.
one diamond.
Okay, so but it can't be too much either. I'm not willing to go over half a
Oh,
stack
my
for.
bad.
There's the gunpowder.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
first let's
you know
put,
what we
how about we
could do?
put iron into terms of diamond first before we do quartz.
Yeah, because if we can put iron to diamond, then we can put quartz to iron. Because like how I would say, how much would you say a stack of iron goes for one quartz? Like how much quartz were you willing? Like 32? Like 32 for a stack of iron?
What can
I
you use
think it's a
quartz
bit
for?
too much.
Because you can build with quartz. But see, here's the thing: quartz is not gonna be. It's like paper. You can't do shit with paper money either. But you can buy stuff with paper money, right? So that's the point.
Oh,
Oh, paper too. Fuck, I forgot paper. I have like a sugar cane.
Oh, it can be paper, but paper's too easy to achieve. It has to be worth. I say quartz or something like gold, because gold doesn't have a lot of use either, but it's not easy to obtain.
well, no. You see,
Gold still does
gold
have a
has
use.
value now.
Gold has a lot of
because
value.
The piglins.
Yeah. So okay.
So
well,
I think
gold.
gold should be
Gold.
the universal standard.
yeah. So
Okay,
then, all
gold.
right. Gold is the
Gold.
universal standard. That's
Cool.
100%. Why is there
Well,
still fucking
There is
monsters
a gold
finding their
mine
way
at the
in here?
Mesa Plateau.
That's fine, but that's work. You have to put.
You know,
It has to be
your
something you have to
gold,
put
the way
work
you,
in
Yeah,
for.
the way you obtain your gold is up to you.
Yeah, but it's not. But gold will be the agreed upon currency, so everyone can use gold, whether it be for crafting or buying more stuff. Okay, so now the question is, how much is one gold worth to one iron? Or like, how much iron is one gold worth? Would you trade for one gold?
I'll trade like 5 iron for 1 gold.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. So then, how many gold would you trade for one diamond?
Like
Not a
10.
stack, but
10,
like
like
a
10
lot.
or 15.
How about we change it
Ooh.
to 16? Because that's divisible by 4, which is divisible
By
in
64.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
16,
Okay.
16, yeah.
16 gold is worth one diamond, and five
Yeah, I think that's fair.
5 iron is worth 1 gold.
Oh my
1
God.
gold.
Okay, all right.
You know
That's
what?
easy.
Hold on.
Why
Let
are
me
there
keep a
so many
record.
creepers at my area?
Yeah,
gotta
can
write this
somebody
shit
get
down.
can somebody
hold on,
get
let me-
like
yeah,
a
I'm
book or
writing it down,
signs or
hold on.
something? Yeah, that's good. I like this. This makes it fun too.
Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, I think we should. I'm trying to start the motion to make it instead of 5 iron, 6 iron. I think we should all make it, divisible by 64.
So 16
because,
iron to 1 gold and
No,
16 gold
it's,
to
it's
1 diamond.
16 gold to 1 diamond, but I think 1 gold should be worth 6 iron.
Okay, but that's not divisible into 16. Is it divisible into 64?
It should be. I think.
You would
'Cause
be
they're both
8. You're thinking of
even.
8. You're thinking of 8.
Then 8.
So yeah, so
So 8
1
8
gold
iron
is
for
worth
1
8
gold.
iron. Okay, so 1 gold
Yeah.
is 8 iron. That's
and then
fair.
16 gold to 1 diamond, and then obviously it can be vice versa. If someone
So
has
then-
a stockpile of gold, and you'd be like, hey, can I trade you 6
What's-
gold or 6 iron for 1 gold?
So how much is all right? 16 times 8. What's 16 times 8 then?
16 times 8?
Let me pull up my calculator because I don't know how to math. 16
same.
times 8 is 128. So 128 iron is worth 1 diamond. That's the agreement.
Okay.
Well,
that
no.
sounds like a bit
think,
much, though.
I think, okay, so if we're gonna have a market, we have to have rules. I don't think you should be able to trade iron for gold. I think you need to be able to trade iron for gold, which then can be traded for diamond.
So you
'cause
can't trade iron directly
If you
to
trade,
diamond.
yeah, if you trade
Because then that's too
anything,
much.
then the currency doesn't work.
But then again, right? No, but this is how it works, right? Because then it still doesn't make sense. Because then if you buy, if you're still collecting the same amount of iron to get the gold to collect the diamond, you're still gonna have to collect. If you're trading it, right? You're still gonna have to collect 128 iron to get the 16 gold to get the 1 diamond. So no matter how you look at it, it'd still be faster just to collect gold and then straight to diamond.
But you have to do the supply and demand. If you're going to a universal market with the currency, yeah, you can have a stockpile of gold, but you might not have diamonds to trade.
That's
So
true.
you'd be able to sit on your gold and also make transactions until the demand or until the supply meets the demand.
That's true.
Wait, what?
Kind of, yeah. I get
I'm
what
not
you're
a
saying.
business major, but I understand supply
No,
and demand.
I'm picking up what you're
This
saying.
is
but-
like really interesting that I'm hearing too. So I'm listening.
Are you being sarcastic or are you actually
I
interested
love
in
No,
it?
like,
economics.
this is really
I
interesting. Like, I didn't
love
even
the
think
way
about
the
that at
economy
all.
works. I love learning.
I like this as well. I enjoy this. This is a fun thing to talk about. So, see, here's the thing, though. I still don't think that. Look, I think 16 iron should be equivalent to 1 gold, and I argue that because
Wait, 16 gold, 16 iron to 1 gold?
16 iron to 1 gold. Okay, 16 iron to 1. Wait, no, wait. 8.
Because we
eight
had
iron
it
to
to
1 gold?
8 iron equals 1 gold.
So then, what's the easiest way where you don't need less than
Ooh!
2 iron to 1 gold? Then it would have to be 4 iron to 1 gold. 4 iron to 1 gold. That's the math. Because if you multiply 16 times 4, then you get 64. So 64 iron would equal 1 diamond. That sounds fair.
So okay, yeah, stack of.
That
stack
sounds
of
fair.
iron would be one
A stack of
diamond,
iron is worth 1 diamond.
Okay. Yeah.
That's completely divisible.
All right.
So
Write
if
these down. Right.
1 diamond is worth 16 gold, and 1 gold is worth 4 iron. Therefore, making 1 diamond worth a stack
A
of iron
stack of iron or 16 gold.
or 16 gold. Okay, all right. That's
I
easy.
still think that you should be able to, or I still think that you have to get gold though.
Yeah, you
Like
will-
I think you'd have
so
to
like you can't
trade diamonds for gold, but you can get enough
Okay,
iron
it wouldn't really
to
make a
get
difference.
enough gold.
It wouldn't really make a difference. It's just one extra step because if you just
I
take
know,
either way, you
but
collect.
that's the utility of the
I get what-
universal currency.
I get what you're saying though. So that way it'd be balanced out essentially. You would always be
Mhm.
sending gold specifically on diamond, and you would always be spending
because
iron
if you cut out
specifically
the
on
universal
gold.
currency, no one would be using it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, that's fair. So you have to get gold to get
There has to
diamond,
be a market.
but you can always still remember that as long as you've collected a stack of iron, you could turn that into 16 gold, which will turn into 1 diamond. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a fair because you got to transaction it fairly so that you're not over.
And if you wanted to
overstacking
make a
on
profit,
iron.
we might even have to push it to the fact that like, hey, you mined out a stack of iron, right? And if you wanted to
Oh.
get some of my gold,
picking-
you gotta give me something a little extra so that I can actually make
I-
a profit. So
I
maybe you
see
should
what
be like,
you're
okay, I
saying.
have 16 gold for your iron,
No,
but I
I s-
also need this.
I see exactly what
Like
you're
kind
saying.
of like a tax. you
Yeah,
know what I
no,
mean?
no. I get it. I see what you're saying now about the. I know something probably happened bad to you, Mars, and I hope it gets better. I
have
see
a
what you're
hate
saying
watch.
though.
Heart, no food, and another.
Did you lose anything major?
No, I'm still alive. I'm still
Okay.
alive. I have ancient debris, and
How close are you to
Alright.
the portal?
I'm not even
so-
close. There's.
so-
Oh, actually, no. There's a little hole on top. Okay.
I see.
Hold on.
I see what you're talking about, though, Caleb. I see now why you're specifically
there
saying
has
you
to be a
have to.
profit margin.
Yeah, no. Not just that, but I also see exactly why you're saying the iron has to transition into the gold first before it transitioned to the diamond. Because like you're saying with the supply and demand, if we cut out the gold and you didn't have to get gold to get diamond, then there would be no point in getting the gold in the first place.
Exactly. The
So you
currency doesn't
have
work.
to have gold to
Oh.
get diamond because they have to rely on each other for it to work properly. I have one last proposal.
I like the
No, I
idea.
feel-
I like the idea. So
I like one. I have one
So
proposal.
like you could always trade, like you're saying, a stack of iron for a diamond if you needed to, but initially you'd want to be trading it for gold so it's
Yes.
easier to obtain.
Yeah, so you have to
16
trade your
like-
iron into gold before you trade it into diamond. That's how it works. Or else gold would be pointless to get because then you would just mine a stack of 64 iron and you would just go get a diamond. That's just how
So
it would.
8 iron. You're saying 8 iron is worth
4
1 gold,
iron.
right?
4 iron
four
is
iron,
1
four
gold.
One gold.
Okay.
Okay.
And my last proposal is that 2 diamonds is worth 1 emerald.
Yeah, because emeralds are hard to come by unless you were to trade with villagers.
Yes.
So it really depends on.
Just
know,
the fact that they're rare, honestly. It's just-
Exactly.
They're really rare. That's
And-
the only
and then
reason why I
honestly,
say
if
that.
You have a pretty good fucking like a good. You
Yeah.
come across a good ass trade.
Actually,
with a
yeah,
villager.
that's a good point. If you get good trades from a villager,
Yeah, I did.
you're gonna want to trade
They're
diamonds
low-key
for those
trying to
emeralds.
like. top
Yes,
out a whole
exactly.
currency
That's
system and
exactly
shit.
it. That perfects it. That perfects it because, like you said, you're gonna want the emeralds at the end of the day because if you find, like you said, some good villagers, you're gonna want to trade those emeralds for those good trades. So at the end of the day, the emeralds are worth more than the diamonds because you can still buy diamonds from villagers with emeralds. So it all still works out at the end of the
And
day.
I feel like you should have a moment, like if someone wanted to come into your house and be like, hey, what do you got? And it's like a shop, you know, like, oh yeah, take a look around. Those are all my chests. We should all have like storage rooms where we keep most of our stuff. It's like whatever's in your inventory isn't for sale because you're using it. But whatever's in like chests in your house that you want for sale, you can buy stuff with that with gold. And
You could
then
put a
be
chest in
like,
your house that is a for sale chest.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Dude,
I'm
that'd
gonna
be
die.
Don't die.
No, I'm leaving.
You might want to switch it to peaceful so that Mars can actually play.
Bro,
Savage.
I'm wearing no armor. I'm naked.
We were playing on
I'm that
hard,
guy.
bro. Like,
Come
I
on
don't
now.
mind playing on hard. It's just that was such a bad idea going in there without food.
why do you do these things to yourself,
No.
Mars?
I don't know. I have
He's
no
a
idea
he's
why.
a he's a sadist. No, he's a masochist.
Yeah, he's a masochist. I'm a sadist because I like watching him do this.
You wanna go get some
You're an
photos?
asshole.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on normal. Do you want me to put it on normal?
No,
That's
I
fine.
think you should go
Guys,
peaceful.
guys,
He's got ancient debris. In
guys,
his
get ready.
inventory.
Get ready, get fucked because it's been on normal this whole time. It's not even on hard.
Oh my god.
You're
Well,
fucking.
Okay. Just no, because
Trash.
my hunger
Yes.
bar is low. I have.
Yeah, I vote
He's-
I vote for mercy on Mars. Hashtag mercy for Mars.
Hashtag mercy for Mars. Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang on.
okay,
Do I
no,
have?
wait, let's give the equivalents to nuggets as like pennies and shit.
Yeah, like nuggets is like it's an even bigger like you'd have to
No,
buy you'd have to
nuggets-
make nuggets even.
Guys, it's easy. From here, this point out, it's easy. 9 nuggets of whatever is one of the thing that you have. Of whatever it turns into. It solves itself there.
Yeah.
So if you have 9 iron nuggets, then that's worth 1 iron to me.
Well, if you
But
think
you would
about
need
it,
the equivalent to what is it? You need the equivalent to 4 iron in nuggets if you wanted to trade that to me for gold, and you would need the equivalent to 16 gold in gold nuggets for me to trade that to you for a diamond.
Okay, well, I mean, but think about it this way: why would you trade nuggets in the first place if you couldn't craft them?
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
like,
saying. Well, yeah, you
If
could
you're-
just
if you
craft
wanted
them
to
into.
yeah, that's what I mean. But like, if you're really going to me for nuggets, I'm gonna ask for.
Well,
something
maybe you
else.
don't
I'm
wanna
gonna ask
craft.
for an extra.
Maybe you don't want to craft.
It's like, exactly. But if you don't want to go through that, I'm gonna make it so I profit at least somewhat.
Well, yeah, then
like-
it's not worth as much as if you don't take the time to turn it into the gold and you trade it to somebody as the nuggets, then that's understandable. But they're allowed to ask you for a bigger like a tax back basically
Yeah.
because you're paying them on a. It's kind of like when you're doing debit cards to pull out cash at an ATM. They charge you more for the convenience basically.
Yeah, they charge you a fee.
then that's what it is. It's a convenience charge. I'm allowing it to be convenient for you not to have to turn it into gold, but I want a little bit more of a favor back from you
Son
because
of
of that.
Bitch.
Well,
Like,
hey,
yeah,
hold on,
we have
let's
to
all
print
make money
money.
together. Let's all make money together. Come meet at my house, though.
All right, we're gonna go mining together. I'm down.
Yeah, let's go.
Let me
I
just
got
do my
it.
armor
I'm
real
all
quick.
suited
What do you
up.
guys exactly are you guys gonna need?
We're not gonna need nothing. We're
What?
just gonna go get materials. What do you mean? What do we need?
I have a shit ton of iron, shit ton of gold.
My guy, I
No,
don't
we
want your
we
iron.
don't
That's
need- well, we
currency.
need
Don't
gold
give it
and
away no more.
We always need shit. Don't give us to it. We got
Yeah.
safe for it now, bro. What do
Now
you
that
mean?
it has a currency, that's like if you just ask me, "Do you want $100?" I'll just give you $100. No, don't give me $100. I want to go make my own $100.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll take a free $100 any time of the day.
Whatever.
Alright, did you
Technically,
want to go to the same cave system
Technically-
I was in, or did you want to find a new one?
let's go. Have you explored the one you were in very well?
Good amount, but I wasn't able to do much because I was basically naked and I didn't want to die and lose all my
Alright.
shit, so I was kind of doing it real carefully.
We'll give it a look. We'll give it a look.
Give it a once over.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Oh, ah!
You almost died?
What happened, dude?
There goes Mars again.
I-
How'd you get in there?
Shut up.
Oh, you fell.
I
No,
big
bro,
jumped.
There's a safe way.
I didn't mean to do. Do you think I meant to jump like 20 blocks down? Jesus.
There's a safe way.
Wait, did I? I didn't accidentally undersell my stuff, did I?
I will repeat: 4 iron to 1 gold. 4 iron to 1 gold.
No. Okay. Cool. I just had to really do. For a minute, for like half a second, I thought I gave Mars way too much iron for 16 gold. I was like, wait a minute.
You're like,
Thought I got
no.
cheated for a second.
It's just a stack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A stack of iron is 16 gold.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and if
I
you
didn't realize
Think
that iron.
about it. Hold on a minute. So let's see if it's 4 iron to 1 gold, and then you could make iron into blocks, which would then be 9.
Oh, so it'd be easy to trade currency with blocks instead
Yeah.
of just ingots.
Because then you can.
But I think
Contain
ingots
it.
should be, because remember when you guys were talking about nuggets? That goes both ways. If it's more to do nuggets, it also would be even more to do blocks, because that's more of the currency. Nuggets are less of the currency, but blocks are more. Blocks are more valuable.
So that would mean that, yeah, it's more valuable to give someone a block,
let's
which
see.
means while they could
Um,
tax you for paying someone with gold nuggets, you could be giving someone more
Earning
stuff.
more.
You know, you could end up having to give someone more stuff because they gave you it in blocks, which is more convenient than having to get it as any other form.
So, if it's 4 iron to 1 gold, and it
I'm gonna have to build a
takes-
fucking iron golem here because there's
Explore
Let's
so
put,
many
hey, hold on,
mobs.
okay, how about
If
this?
you
Let's
make
put
an
a
iron
di-
golem, I
let's
promise
put
you
a-
I'm going to
let's put a
harvest
di-
it.
1 diamond convenience fee on blocks.
36 divided by 4.
Like for any kind of amount of blocks that
Nice.
you give or that you trade,
Okay,
you gotta
okay.
give at least 1 diamond.
Oh, so if
for
like someone
anyone.
gives you a bunch of iron blocks or something or gold blocks,
yeah,
you
it's
have
just
to
a
give them just
convenience
1
fee of
diamond
just
for.
1 diamond no matter what.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, if it's more than 16 blocks, then yeah, a diamond for the convenience fee.
Well, that could be a part of the applicable tax afterwards, basically. Like someone
Yeah, I
can
gotta
give you
see it.
more on the applicable tax at the end. You know what I mean?
Oh. Okay, so how does? Because you guys know about monopoly laws, right? Like in real life, you can't have a monopoly in anything because you're making too much money.
Yeah.
What if I own a monopoly on a village that I created, and you'd have to pay me a fee to do shopping in my village?
Well, your village can get raided.
That's true. That's a great. Okay.
Caleb is
wait,
like,
yeah.
that's true. I'll
No,
lose my
because
stuff.
because I bought the bell for a reason. I bought the bell because I'm going to build my own village. That way I can have convenience of trading whenever I want. But if it's my village and you want to raid my village, you have to make it a point to attack my villagers. Because if you don't give a chance to the golems that spawn to attack you, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like if you just attack a golem out of nowhere, that wouldn't be fair. So you have to start the attack on the innocents.
If you're
That's
gonna
fair.
pillage my, if you gotta
That's
pillage
cool.
my village, then you're gonna actually pillage it like an actual
Yeah.
pillager raid.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair because I see that as fair because then if
Is
you're
it too
charging
much?
me to use your village, I could be angry that you're charging me to use your village and instead cause an uprising against your village, and you would have to defend it.
Cause like I'm I'm definitely making a monopoly on the village I'm about to create.
Hey Ian, you have food on you?
Huh?
Do you have food
I
on you?
got food.
I might need
How much
some.
gold are you willing to give me for some food?
Come on, Ian. You're not gonna let man starve.
Nah, give me that ass, boy. No,
Give me that ass. All right, well, hang on. Let me get over to where you are. Stay still.
How much
You're
gold are you
close,
gonna give him
you're
for food? Come on!
Come on. So, Ian, I did mine in your mine. So here's 1 gold for mining in your mine, and 5 iron.
Oh, that's a
I've
convenience
got
store
an
for
idea.
mining-
I've
okay,
got another
mining in the
idea.
cave.
Yeah, but
Oh,
think
so you're
about it.
talking
It
about, like,
should be a
discovery
percentage
fees,
of
huh?
what you get. It should be a
Discovery
percentage of
fees.
what you actually got in the mine.
Yeah, it's because, you know, yeah, that wasn't my mine. You own that mine. So technically, I mined out of your. You let me mine out of your materials. So
Here's
I should
what
be
I
willing to
found.
give you some back.
So there's a percentage of what I found in your property. So
Yeah. It's kind of like investing. It's like
Well,
you
I'm gonna do the
invested in
same
me
to
in a
you.
sense, and I made you money.
I'm gonna pay you to mine your shit, whatever strip mining that you do. Let's go in 2 different directions.
I think that's pretty dope because you made it like your investment in me was by letting me mine in your cave, and by letting me do that, you have made a profit by me giving you more gold and iron back.
Exactly.
I know we're geeking out over this shit, but it's just so cool.
It's cool, dude. Like, we actually thought up of this shit. Where do you feel
Yeah,
like would be the best place
stocks.
to start stripping?
stonks.
I think I'm just gonna
Stonks.
go down here and strip.
You're gonna go down there and strip.
I would suggest you strip at yours, please. Strip at your house. This is my strip. This is mine. You scat. I already
I wanna
paid you
strip
your
with
money.
You, bro.
I
wanna
paid you
strip
your
with you.
money.
I'll pay you money.
No, strip
need to
mines are
find
different. We're
materials
just gonna
too.
smack each other in the mine on accident. You go strip mine at your house.
Why did that sound so out of context? That whole time?
Don't strip down and smack me.
You're gonna strip me. That's not cool.
Strip me. I'll trade you the 15 cooked meat items for 2 gold and 16 iron ingots.
16. 16.
Give me an offer then.
Oh fuck me! A creeper just blew up in my house.